Social Zoom Factor, episode 222.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Are you ready to take your new idea to fruition? One of the first things you need to do is get your business online. Our partner HostGator can take you from zero to turbo fast. Download their Get Online the Easy Way ebook and receive a coupon code for 30% off any new hosting package. Simply visit socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorEasy or simply text HostGator to 33444. The Marketing Nuts Agency helps companies transform their social and digital business from the inside out. Visit their website at www.themarketingnutswithaz.com for a client list, case studies, and some amazing free resources to get you started down the path of success. Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today we are talking about 10 things they never told you about working in social media marketing. And this episode is going to be targeted at people who are working in a career as a social media marketer, maybe managing people who are working as social media marketers, or just trying to figure out social media marketing. You may be a business owner trying to figure all this stuff out. So my goal is that I can help you in understanding some things that people may have never told you. And I have 10 tips and things that you need to know. So as you know, my style is very honest. I tend to get very real with people. We actually our agency Marketing Nuts really focuses in on training and consulting. We do a lot of custom workshops with clients, and one of the things we're known for is getting real. And I've actually delivered quite a few workshops in social business about getting real. So today is definitely one of those topics, and let's just go ahead and dig in. Number one thing they never told you about working in social media, unless you read it on a blog post or heard it in a podcast, wherever it may be, is social media, working in a career as social media marketing is not the same as posting content for your personal social media accounts, right? It's not all about the perfect Facebook post or Snapchat video. You need to understand social media for business, not just personal gain. And there is a huge difference in that. And if you are new to social media, no matter how good you are at getting likes on your own personal page, that does not translate necessarily to being good at running social media and driving business results, utilizing social media for a business. So now, if you are sitting in a business, whether that be a large corporation, a medium business, or a small business, and you are bringing on team member, maybe one member, multiple members who are going to run your social media for you. Maybe you're going to hire an outside consultant or agency. You need to understand this too, that you need to make sure that you are not just hiring an intern straight out of college that has never worked a day in business, because utilizing social media to drive business objectives is way different than utilizing social media as a single person. Okay. Number two is you are not easily going to move up in your career without a solid understanding of business and marketing. And don't shoot the messenger here. I am just delivering the message. I don't make the rules. I just help you work within them. So I don't care how great you are at writing content. I don't care how great you are at utilizing Facebook. If you don't understand business and you don't understand marketing, you are going to have a very hard time moving up the career ladder of success in the social media world. Okay. And I talked a lot about this in episode 218, where I talked about 3 things you must know for your career in social media marketing. So if you haven't checked out that episode, I highly encourage you to go check it out. But without that understanding of business and marketing and digital marketing and what is a conversion funnel and what is a lead and how do you use email marketing and how do campaigns relate to how you're going to get them on Facebook and what is paid, earned, owned, influencer marketing and media, you better figure these things out. And number 3 is that sometimes your management, even if you're in a huge corporation, may also not know the foundations of business and marketing. A lot of times people move up pretty quickly in career ladders, and maybe they got into a role, they were over their head, their manager was over their head, and the next thing you know, you're working for a director or an executive director who also doesn't know business or marketing. So my best advice to you is to make sure that you get a mentor, right? I don't know where I would be in business today, number 1, if it wasn't for the education I have and the fact that I went to college and took the right classes, found the right mentors in college when I was young. I had a single mom who made me work from the day I was legally old enough to work at 15 and a half. We started in a print shop with a friend who her parents owned the print shop and then, moved up. I worked at Computerland back in the day doing sales and back office inventory. I can remember training people on how to use the first Macs that came out, and the list goes on and on and on. I got the work experience. I attached myself to people who understood business. I knew early on when I was in DECA, Distributive Education Clubs of America, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I wanted to be a marketer. Okay. I know some of you aren't that blessed in that way, and that you didn't figure out you wanted to be in business, or maybe you didn't learn the business world until later in life. So if that's the case, you have got to invest in yourself and understand straight out, you're going to have a hard time succeeding in a career in social media marketing if you don't learn business and you don't learn marketing. All right. It is social media marketing for business. So you've got to figure that out. Attach yourself to a mentor. If that person doesn't exist at your current company, you may need to go work somewhere else. And even if you envision yourself working at a small company and you don't want to go do big corporate America, you may need to go work at a larger company initially so you can get that experience. I don't know where I would be without my 15 years of working in corporate America and having that training and having those mentors and having the opportunities to serve the markets that I did and learn about business and learn about branding and learn about marketing, right? I would not have as successful of a business as I do today in so many areas without those 15 plus years of experience. So you've got to take control of your career and your path and learn the things that you need to learn. Number 4 is that you need to become a little bit of a data junkie, okay? Learn to stop chasing the shiny objects or only implement for the business that you're working for what is comfortable to you personally. Okay. So I'll tell you a great example. We were doing some consulting a while back with a local chamber of commerce, and we were working with the person that they had assigned social media execution. Okay. And that this person was driving strategy and all of those things. When we do a lot of audits with clients, so we'll go in, we'll take a look at their strategy, take a look at their processes, and then we'll come back with a quick plan, 10 big ideas. And then we'll tell them what the roadmap to success looks at. What social networks should they be on? Where do they need to focus? How can we set some goals and objectives? That type of thing. So they have a path going forward? Well, as we were working with this particular chamber, and we've worked with a ton of chambers of commerces, this particular person was not comfortable on LinkedIn at all. So this person was comfortable on Facebook, was comfortable on Instagram, was comfortable on Twitter. So when we did the audit and asked them what they were doing in social media, they hadn't even touched LinkedIn. And so when I asked them, why are you not utilizing LinkedIn? She goes, well, I really don't think that's very useful. It's really just for people who are looking for a job, right? Hello, #fail. Okay. LinkedIn is for business connections, which is exactly what Chamber of Commerce is about. Okay. So LinkedIn is a very important channel and social network for any Chamber of Commerce, really any business who's wanting to connect at that B2B level with other human beings, right? It opens doors that a lot of times you would not be able to open otherwise. So do not let what you know personally, just because you're personally more comfortable with Snapchat or you're more comfortable with Instagram, if you have taken on a job to drive social media results, business results for a company, you need to make sure that you are aligning to what are the right priorities for that business. So you need to understand the audience of that business and make sure that you are prioritizing the right social networks. And I dug deep into this in episode 214, where I provide you 5 ways to prioritize social networks for business. So I encourage you to check out that episode if you need some help in that area. And when it comes to being a data junkie, you also need to be attached to data and analytics and have a zest of life that you want to chase these things so that you can show your worth and your value and you can prove real results. Because without setting goals, without setting KPIs, key performance indicators, you are going to have a hard time, number one, knowing where you're going, and number two, proving that you're making your way there, right? So it's not just about the destination, it's also about the journey, and it's about transformation, right? And so setting those goals and then the KPIs, the key performance indicators, are going to help you track your progress toward achieving those goals. And a lot of people get confused between goals and KPIs. And I'm going to talk about that on an upcoming episode. Number 5 is that you may not have a mentor. Okay, so you are going to need to learn things on your own. And I talked about this a little bit earlier, but you need to understand that that mentor may not exist and you may need to dig in and learn some things on your own. So this means that you're going to have to spend some extra time at night, early in the mornings when you're at the gym on the elliptical or the treadmill. You're going to have to be on Google. You're going to have to be reading blogs. You're going to have to be listening to podcasts like this one today. You're going to have to do the heavy lifting to learn what you need to learn. And even if you do have a mentor, you're still going to need to invest in your time, right? And we have hired some people through the years who have come on, and I've had a couple people who really haven't known social that much about social, but they know business or they know account management. And I have been very clear with them up front. You are going to need to invest your own time to learn about social and digital marketing, right? And where I have seen people either succeed or fail are the ones that invest their own time to go do that, okay? I can't afford to come hire you and you come learn social media for the next 2 years. I need you to come in and I need you to roll your sleeves up and learn this stuff. So if you are expecting as a social marketer for things to be delivered to you in a box, it's not going to happen. You need to become a box maker. If you go and you start working for a startup or you start working for a startup agency or any type of organization, you can't get frustrated when they're asking you to go put the box together, to find the duct tape. You need to figure this stuff out. We're all learning as we go because the only guarantee we have with social media is change. So there's nobody that's going to be able to deliver you this Bible of what you need to do on a daily basis and make sure you do these 5 things. You need to go write that box and figure it out. I know we're getting deep into some content here, but I still have 5 more things that nobody ever told you about working in social media marketing. And before we go there, we just need to hear a few words from our sponsors. Give them a listen, and I'll be right back. The new year brings a time for evaluation, reflection, and planning. As an entrepreneur, you know your product, your target market, and how you are going to differentiate from competition to achieve success. One thing that often gets forgotten, though, is the online foundation. Do you have the right digital foundation to build a structurally sound business, or are you building on sand and hoping it will hold? Successful businesses are built on steady ground. You need a blueprint for success, curb appeal, and security. Our partner HostGator can help you do this and more. Download their Business Builder Kit, inclusive of 9 steps for planning your website, 10 mistakes to avoid on your homepage, and 3 easy steps to protect your website from hackers. Simply go to socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorBiz or text HostGatorBiz to 33444. Again, that is socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorBiz or text HostGatorBiz to 33444. I'm back. Okay, number 6. You may feel sometimes that your work is meaningless. Yes, it's true. You may feel that you are too good, that you are above the work that you're doing. And we see this a ton in the agency world, and particularly with new grads, with people straight out of college or people that have maybe done a little bit of social media on the side, and then they'll get into the agency and then they don't have the solid business and marketing experience. So they don't understand digital marketing. They don't understand conversion funnels. And then once they start to realize how much work social media really is, what it takes to keep a Facebook page rocking, what it keeps to just keep your entire persona and online platform rocking, actually is a lot of work. Okay. It's a lot of mental work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of thought, and it takes understanding that business and marketing. So a lot of times when their work, they may be ending up working on tasks like scheduling content and doing research and digging into who influencers are. They may think their work is meaningless, but I'm telling you, if you are particularly new in your career in social media, you should not be too good for anything. Every piece of the puzzle is important, right? It's not like you can, as a new marketer, say, I am only going to work on these 3 things, and that's all I'm going to do. As a successful marketing person, you will learn very quickly, the more that you know how to do and work with other teams, the more valuable you are going to be. The more that you try to just carve yourself out a little corner and say, all right, this is the area that I am working in today, tomorrow, and this year, and I'm not going to work with anybody else. I just want to be in my little bubble. The harder time you are going to have succeeding in your career in social and digital marketing. I'm just telling you how it is. You need to get out of your box and you need to find meaning in what you do. You need to attach yourself to other projects. You need to collaborate and work as a team. Number 7, you may feel sometimes like you are a life, an executive, and a business counselor. Okay. Much of integrating social media into business is about mindset more than it is about tweets. So things like process and procedures and buy-in of stakeholders all impact your success, right? And we've done some work, a lot of work in the enterprise space, B2B, and even in, medium-sized and small business, we see this in some industries like healthcare, and we've done a lot of work in manufacturing. And a lot of times you'll have these old school people who, they are used to just handshakes. Like, we close business with a handshake and a phone call, right? That's how we close business. So they don't understand that nowadays it's moving to a digital handshake, that now they can actually have more access to their target market, even their target decision makers, they're C-level executives. They need to be educated, and those conversations need to be facilitated of the opportunity that exists with social media. So if you come in and you're just like, all right, we're going to get our business on Facebook and we're going to get our business snaps on Snapchat, we're going to do some live Periscope, that executive isn't going to have a clue what you're talking about. You need to talk in their language. You need to help counsel them and shift the mindset, right? We're all change evangelists in this world today. Like I said, the only guarantee we have is change. And if you are spearheading a social and a digital program in any size of an organization, you are a change agent, right? We are all driving change. We are educating. We are changing mindset, changing thought, changing process. So the sooner you can learn that, the better. And that the more solid ground that you can educate yourself to stand on, the better you're going to be. And that's why the solid foundation of business and marketing and investing in yourself is so very important. Number 8 is that your tweets are not your own. So I don't care what you put in the bio of your Twitter profile or wherever it may be, saying my tweets are my own. They're not associated with my company. Wrong. Particularly if you're working in a community management role, what you put on your own social profiles, I'm talking the tweets, I'm talking the Facebook posts, they matter regardless even what your management tells you. If your management is like, we don't care what you do, I'm telling you, they're going to care when somebody like one of your target customers comes back. They're like, did you see what Sally Mae did on her Facebook profile this weekend? It's going to matter. So you need to make sure you understand there's only one you. Okay. There's only one you. You don't need to go set up a separate profile for the crazy weekend life that you live and the professional business life that you live Monday through Friday, right? You are one person, one persona. Now you may have different businesses. There may be different things that you're doing. You need to figure that out. And I can't tell you what you need to do with that without knowing who you are and what all you're involved in. But I'll tell you, as a human being, there's only one you. So the best thing you can do is be that person, period. And we do a ton of executive coaching. We've done a lot of coaching with sales reps and realtors and that type of thing, and executives, and helping them build up their personal brands. And that is one of the questions I get all the time is, Pam, what do I do? Because I have like this double life I'm leading. And the thing I always say is you got to figure out who you are. So we have a personal branding class that's launching soon. I encourage you to go check out socialprofitfactor.com and subscribe for early updates. We're going to have a comprehensive training portal that's rolling out in the next 60 days. So go check it out. Number 9 is you will never achieve perfection. Give it up. Give up the drive and the chase of perfection and learn to embrace imperfection. Okay, learn to enjoy the bumps in the road, because if you wait till the live video is perfect and you wait till the visual image is perfect and you wait until everything's in a nice little box, you're going to miss the market. You're going to miss the opportunity. So quit chasing perfection. Number 10, last but not least, is focus on your business, your goals, and your audience. Do not worry about looking over the fence at your competition. Okay. Your competition will copy you again and again and again. Let it go, right? I have people that copy every podcast I do. I can launch a podcast and I know the exact people within a matter of 2 weeks. They will have almost an exact blog post talking about the same points I talk about here in this podcast. And when I used to do a lot of blog posts more than podcasts, I have busted so many people literally copying and pasting my content. People are going to copy what you do. And particularly in the social world, that is just what happens. So you need to make sure that you know and you have an internal policy for your business of what you tolerate. For us, we have a zero tolerance when it comes to plagiarism. So all I have to do is get my attorney on it, and we send a cease and desist letter and we nip it. So as that starts to happen, it gets better, right? People start to not do it so much, or they do it a little more sneakily. They'll change the words around, but we still know who they are. And just remember, when people are copying you and they are copying what you're doing, what you're talking about, what you're tweeting, what you're blogging, videoing about, snapping on Snapchat, just remember they're just validating your strategies. So they're validating the direction that you're going, and they're actually helping build your brand more than they are building their own brand. So just remember that. So there you have it in a nutshell, 10 things you probably didn't know about working in a career in social media marketing. I hope that this podcast episode was useful for you. I thank you for hanging out with me here on Social Zoom Factor. Please check out the show notes page for this episode for more tips and strategies related to this. I've done quite a few episodes around career in social media, so I'll make sure that I link to those. Just go to socialzoomfactor.com/222 because this is episode 222. And don't forget to go subscribe for updates on our new training platform that's launching, socialprofitfactor.com. There will be some crazy deals for the early founding members there. We look forward to serving you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week and month and life. That's a wrap.
If you're ready to Zoom your business and Zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.